So we initially didn't want to make this video, but we just feel like we owe it to you guys to be a little more open with our lives and to fully explain what happened. So for those of you who follow us on Instagram, I'm sure you've seen a few pictures of Alex in the hospital, and we noticed that a lot of you were really worried and were trying to figure out what was going on.
We just feel like making this video would be the best way for you guys to understand what exactly happened in the past couple of days. So about a week ago, my stomach started hurting a little bit, and I didn't think too much of it just because I thought it was a regular stomach ache and that it was going to go away in a couple of days. 2 days later, the pain was still there, and it was actually getting a lot worse to the point where I was losing my appetite and I was feeling extreme discomfort in my stomach. That night, I actually completely lost my appetite and I was feeling extremely nauseous because I hadn't eaten anything in the last day or so. I was vomiting fluids and a little bit of blood. That's when I decided to call up a few hospitals and go to the emergency room.
And this is the part where I feel like a complete idiot because I was actually the one to talk him out of going to the hospital that night. Growing up, we always had the mindset of just toughing it out and that time would just heal everything. Just because whenever we were sick, we would never actually go to the hospital.
So back to the story. That night, after he went to sleep, the pain got so bad to the point where I was having trouble breathing. I was still throwing up every 30 minutes. I just decided to call an Uber to go to the emergency room by myself behind his back. When I got to the hospital, they ordered a CT scan and actually found that there was some fluid in my pelvis and my appendix was actually leaking and inflamed. Basically, when an appendix is leaking, it's about to burst, and when an appendix does burst, there's a bunch of bacteria and pus that gets released into your organs, and it can actually end up infecting your organs, and if left untreated, you can actually die from it. So that's when the hospital decided to call Alan and let him know that I was about to be transferred to another hospital to receive a surgery.
So when I found out, I immediately drove him to another hospital where he would receive immediate surgery. On the way there, that's when his appendix actually bursted, and I'll never forget this moment because I've never seen Alex in this much pain in my entire life. His face turned pale, he was shaking, he was sweating, he was screaming at the top of his lungs, and I just didn't know what to do because it just hurt me so bad seeing him like that. So when we actually got inside the hospital, everyone saw the condition that Alex was in, and the doctors decided to bump up his surgery to as soon as possible because they immediately needed to remove his appendix before any other complications. I just remember while he was getting surgery, I was in a waiting room, and a few of the doctors and the surgeons told me that Alex was actually really lucky because if he would have waited an extra day or two, he actually would have just ended up dying in his sleep from the infection. But that's not where the story ends, because after the surgery, there were a lot of complications because he didn't have any food or drinks in his system in the past 2 days. He kept waking up and passing out because he was just so dehydrated. And I remember even though he was unconscious, he just kept saying, "Where's Alan? Where's Alan?" And he actually doesn't believe me, but I actually recorded a video of him saying that. And I just thought it was really sweet because he was thinking of me while he was unconscious. And the next morning, he slowly started regaining his consciousness and regaining his strength back a little bit. He started remembering where he was at and what happened.
Fast forward 2 days, I was finally released from the hospital and I was able to come home. So they put me on a fluid diet to where I can basically only eat and drink soup. And they also told me not to walk around too much. Pretty much, I'm just supposed to be resting and sleeping as much as I can for the next couple of weeks. So basically, they placed me under his care, and I'm a little bit worried, to be honest.
Guys, I've been taking good care of him. I've actually been cooking for him.
He's just been warming up my soup. That doesn't count as cooking.
I've been taking good care of him, guys, don't worry. Basically, to sum up the story, if he would have actually listened to me and took my advice on not going to the hospital, then we wouldn't even be here making this video because he probably won't even be here.
I am doing a lot better now, so don't be worried. Also, I just wanted to say thank you so much for all the get well wishes, the prayers, and all the love you guys have been showing me. It really means a lot, so thank you guys for that.
Thank you guys so much for watching, and I really hope you guys understand the situation a little better now, and I really want to thank you guys for being so patient and understanding about this. And yeah, we'll see you guys next time.
Week. Don't argue with me now, Alan. We'll see you guys next week.
I swear I thought you said week. 1, 2, 3. And we'll see you guys next time. Okay, in the video.